Hey, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about Warriv, who he is and what happens to him in the Diablo series. So as a side note, I'm going to be releasing these videos on minor characters as well as major characters, because for example, if I wanted to make a lore video on Diablo, Tyrael, Mephisto, someone like that, those videos are going to take a lot longer, and I don't want to have a 2-week gap in releasing different lore videos, so I'm going to sprinkle in these minor game character videos as well. They won't be nearly as long, but they will still give insight to smaller characters or events that happen in the lore of Diablo. So Warriv, he's the first character that speaks to us when we just kinda spawn into the rogue encampment after creating a character in Diablo 2. This makes him a special character for me personally, since Diablo 2 was the first Diablo game that I ever played. Hearing that first, "Good day," is just engraved in my brain for eternity. But going back to the actual story here, talking to Warriv as a paladin grants us some extra insight into his history, specifically that he has been traveling between Condurus and Aranok for more than 20 years, and is currently stuck in the former since the monastery gates to the pass have been closed. He has great respect for paladins, as even though he has been attacked countless times from bandits and outlaws, they never dare to attack him when he's accompanied by a paladin. Warriv tells us about the events of Tristram that happened in the first Diablo game, and that a dark wanderer headed east to the mountain pass that is guarded by the rogue monastery. The barracks, jail, outer and inner cloisters, cathedral, catacombs, all these areas that we visit in the later half of Act 1 make up the overall rogue monastery. His plan is to travel to Lut Gholein before whatever happened to Tristram makes its way over to the rogue encampment. He even offers to give us a ride if we're still alive. What a nice guy. Not much else can be done with Warriv besides gossiping, where he can say up to 10 or so things, some relating to other people in the encampment, half of them being proverbial phrase mumbo jumbo such as "what doesn't kill you makes you stronger," or "one who hesitates does so with good reason." Gede, another person in the rogue encampment, even says that Warriv's advice is like corpse gas. It befouls the air for a moment and then disappears. When talking to Warriv about rescuing Deckard Cain, he does have some information about the former heroes that defeated Diablo in the first game.
Months ago, I came across a few survivors from Tristram. They said that Cain had gone half mad and could no longer distinguish fact from fantasy.
This is interesting to me because it shows the perspective of the people in the rogue encampment, or people who just encountered the 3 heroes in the original game. Since they defeated Diablo, you're going to believe what they say. I mean, they're heroes. So when people are asking about the residents of Tristram, or if they know Deckard Cain specifically, they just say, "I don't know, he just kind of went crazy, so we just left him in Tristram." Meanwhile, they actually locked him in a cage while the whole city is burning from this demonic invasion.
Help!
Deckard Cain, leave quickly.
After Indariel is defeated, the pathway to the east is open, and Warriv prepares his caravan to travel to Lut Gholein with the adventurers. Once the group arrives to Lut Gholein, we see Warriv wearing a different outfit to fit the desert theme that Act 2 has. His blue and gray Act 1 outfit is switched out for a yellow, brown, and red one. Interestingly enough, Warriv is the only character in Diablo 2 to have a different outfit throughout the game. He also mentions that he can now continue his work and will offer the adventurers travel back west if need be. Since Warriv is a traveler and not a fighter, there isn't much more information we can get out of him, besides him being surprised that Elzix is now domesticated from his bandit days.
That old desert fox Elzix is as crafty as they come. Years back, he made off with a small fortune of my caravan's wares. I certainly never expected to see him so domesticated.
After Duriel is slain and Tyrael freed, the adventurers talk with Warriv one last time on failing to stop the Dark Wanderer.
Good day. Never fear, my friend. You did the best you could. I suspect that Diablo and Baal are now heading east towards Korost. You will find them. I know you will.
In the Book of Tyrael, there's a single passage dedicated to Warriv. It says, "The caravan master Warriv has been to exotic locales that I've only read of in books. I had the opportunity to travel with him after the fall of Tristram, although we later went our separate ways. I often wonder how the years have treated him. I consider him a trustworthy ally, and I hope his travels one day lead him back to Honduras so that we can meet and speak again." It wouldn't be until 20 years later in Diablo 3 that Warriv is seen again. Unfortunately, this would also be the last time that he is seen in the Diablo universe. While the Nephilim is traveling on the old Tristram Road, they encounter someone dead next to a burning wagon.
A chance for glory!
I returned to Honduras after 20 years. The burden of countless failures and tragedies heaped upon my shoulders. Am I being punished for helping that stranger hunt the Dark Wanderer? I always thought Deckard Cain half a madman. But perhaps he was right. Perhaps he can banish the shadow hanging over my life.
This concludes Warriv's journey. The once helpful caravan leader is now just a cold body lying outside of New Tristram. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any video suggestions in the comments, and I'll talk to you soon.